And let's go ahead. I want you to tell me what kind of flavors and what are your thoughts on eating this honey type of fig. All right, we're back out in the fig orchard, and it's time for our first fig tasting video. Happens to be that the person tasting this fig is going to be my wife. She's not a fan of yellow figs, honey figs, sugar figs. It's just not what she likes. She likes dark figs, happens to be, I've said it multiple times on video, her favorite fig is St. Rita. But she's agreed to try Dr. Gowati fig right here beside me. This tree's about 18 inches tall, and I had 3 Bariba figs on it. I initially thought it was main crop. I was looking, but there's no leaf node there, and it's on last year's wood. So this isn't even the main crop of fig, but I didn't know that these figs were going to be so large. Now there's a little bit of a backstory I want to tell you about this tree. I did get this tree on a trade. A friend gave me this tree, and I got it last year at a fig swap event. So I've had it for about a year now. I've just put it in ground back in February when we planted out the orchard, and you can see that video if you look back in my video history. Well, we were at church one day, and Pastor Mitch was talking about how wonderful it would be to be able to just walk up to a tree out in Israel and just eat a fig off the tree that maybe Jesus himself would have picked fruit from. I was like, well, I don't know how realistic that would be, but I just so happen to have a fig tree that is from Israel. Dr. Gowati himself brought this one over to the United States from Israel. So we have it here, and we have another one in our collection, Red Israel, and I'm thinking about maybe I should start collecting some Israel figs. What other thing does a fig collector need than one more fig tree, right? And a reason to collect and further out the collection. So that's a possibility. But he came over yesterday. I said, Pastor Mitch, I was like, I have a fig, Dr. Gowati, and it's ready. And he's like, I'd love to come over and pick it off the tree. And it just, seems to brighten up his day when he had the opportunity to come over to the house yesterday and reach down there and pick that fig off that tree. And he's a fan of figs like I am. He's got several varieties himself. He's got 4 or 5, and he's given me a LSU purple, and I have it in my collection all the way down at the end of the row right down there, and it happens to be doing very well for me. He gave it to me about 2 years ago. And I asked him what he thought of the fig, and he said it was pretty good. I warned him that this is not the dark figs that he's used to, that this is a sugar fig, so it's going to be more of a honey type of flavor. Now, on to the fig tasting part of this. I'm going to pick this fig, we're going to take it inside to my wife, and I'm going to let her sample it, and I'm wondering if she's going to have the same response to this fig as she has the other sugar figs that we've eaten. I have a white Marseille over there, and she doesn't really like it. And then we have a brown turkey in the yard, and she doesn't really like it, but she likes the darker figs. And so we're going to see how she reacts. So let's reach down here and grab this fig. Let's take it inside. Let's weigh it. Let's cut it open, look at it, and let's get her reaction. Look at what a nice large fig that is. It's got a little bit of an open eye on it. Now if you see, I've got a wire trap. Well, you can't see it. There it is over here. I've had something out in my orchard eating all my figs. I came out today and I had some white Marseille that was supposed to be ready, and I had a Nordland that was supposed to be ready, and I had a Smith that was supposed to be ready. And this is the second time something has eaten all those figs before they've gotten fully ripe. I thought that it was maybe a rabbit, because I do have a rabbit that runs around out here, and I've got rabbit poop beside each one of the trees where he just kind of hangs out at. But now I'm not thinking that it's a rabbit. I think we got crows, because I come out here yesterday and there are crows all around. I saw crows come up out of the orchard yesterday afternoon into those pine trees right over there. And I came out and checked my figs and they were still here. But I think that's what's getting my figs. So we might have to take some measures on keeping the crows away. So let's take the fig on in and let's get to it. All right, I'm in here with my wife, Mechelle, and she happens to have her Fig Whisperer shirt on. So check out this shirt. We're actually going to be going to a fig event, Figorama in Watkinsville, Georgia, at the end of the month. And I think you're going to be wearing this shirt up there. And I have a shirt that I'm going to be wearing, a fig shirt also. Looking forward to the event. We went last year and had a blast. Got some nice varieties. Anyway, I got my drug scales out that I got from Harbor Freight. And I use this for other stuff. I find them to be pretty accurate. For
not drugs.
Nothing illicit, nothing recreational, just mostly food type stuff.
Right.
All right, so we got the Dr. Gawadi fig here. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn these scales on real quick. And we're just gonna put that fig down there. That fig is coming in at 47.2 grams. So that's a pretty decent sized fig, even if it is just a Breba fig. So let's go ahead and get it cut open. I'm gonna cut it right down the middle. She's gonna sample half and I'm gonna sample half. Now she's never had this fig and I personally have never had this fig either. So this is really my first time trying the Dr. Gawadi.
So just so y'all know, my favorite types of figs are berry flavored figs.
Oh, I gave them a full rundown. How yours is the Rita. She's like Dominic Italian, Danny's Delight.
Right.
So yeah. Now, so check out the inside of that. Amber pulp, nice and juicy. It's not dry. Sometimes you'll get a Breba fig and it'll be dry on the inside. It's a big disappointment. But yeah, it's looking good. You kind of see it glisten in the light there a little bit. All right, guys. So hopefully you can get a good picture of that Dr. Gawadi right there. And let's go ahead. I want you to tell me what kind of flavors and what are your thoughts on eating this this honey type of fig.
Wow.
Very melon. What do you think? What notes are you picking up in that?
It's soft. It's not real strong. It's kind of like fruity, but let me take another bite.
Now, I've already told everybody at home that you really don't like honey figs. Now, what do you think about this one? Does this think this is
this
something?
doesn't seem like a honey fig.
More of a melon berry.
A melon berry.
Kind of like a cantaloupe.
The texture is wonderful.
Yeah. She went in and finished the whole thing, so she didn't throw it away. She has not finished figs before because she just didn't like it.
Yeah.
So I have to agree, that's pretty good. That's a pretty good fig. I'm glad we have it in our collection.
Yeah. It's really good. It's not a Rita. It's not a Dominique Italian or.
Yeah, it's not that strong berry flavor that you like.
Right, but it's still good. It's better.
It's refreshing.
Yeah, it's better than the other honey berry or honey figs that we have.
Yep. So, thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Not 2 thumbs up, right? It's still not your favorites.
1.5.
1.5 thumbs?
Yeah, 1.5. Not 2.
All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button if you're not already a subscriber. Remember, keep growing. Keep building. And always keep adventuring. Together,
we're Foamed and Famous.
We'll see you next time.